Assalamu alaikum everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you guys are doing fabulous. This is me, Hasnan, speaking with you guys once again. Everybody, क्या आप सबने कभी महसूस किया है कि आप कहीं पर बाहर हैं किसी काम से, किसी जगह पर, या फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल किसी भी इन्वायरमेंट में हैं, फैमिली हो गई, फ्रेंड्स हो गए, कॉलेज, यूनिवर्सिटी, स्कूल, ये सारी जगहें हो गई, और आप कुछ ऐसे लोगों से मिलते हैं जिनसे मिलने पर ही आपको वो बैड और नेगेटिव फीलिंग्स, नेगेटिव इमोशंस और वो नेगेटिविटी आपको फील होती है कि ये बंदा बड़ा नेगेटिव है। और ये जो लोग होते हैं जो कि बड़ा नेगेटिव हमें फ़ील करवाते हैं, ये वही लोग होते हैं जो कि हमारी लाइफ पर एक बहुत बड़ा नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट भी रख सकते हैं। मैंने बहुत सारे ऐसे लोगों को देखा है जो कि they are very negative themselves. They can't do really anything. They are unsuccessful. They have nothing to do in life. और वो सिर्फ और लोगों को एडवाइस देने के अंदर and in giving advice, they're just really proficient with it. And you know, one of my most, the thing that really boils my blood, which is that, for example, I'm at an event, there's some random old head, some random unk, and he's like out here talking to my parents, and we talk a bit, and he's like, Hasnan is doing well, Hasnan is doing good, but I think he's a bit confused. I think he's a bit unsure of what to do. I think what he's trying to do has no scope. And hearing these words of, unsure, confused, and scope, these really boil my blood. Like, who the hell are you? Like, come on, who the hell are you to tell me what to do, what not to do? You are nothing. Because the reality is, you are unsuccessful. If you were successful, you would give me criticism, not some kind of blatant attempt at, saying that, oh my god, your son is just so stupid and he's just going on the wrong track. If you were actually successful, you would know how to give actual critique, not just baseless claims that, oh, he's a bit unsure, oh, the field he has is, it hasn't got any kind of scope. I'm sure I won't have scope in the field that I'm doing, but I'll be happy, I'll be successful, and I'll be doing good in the specific field that I want to do. And that's the reality of it. So if I have, spent years and years working on a certain field, if I've spent years and years planning something, working on something, and then generating those ideas, and even, attempting on those work, and even being successful up to some degree with those tasks, being halfway through my journey, and all those claims of, people in the past telling me you can't really do that, that's, kind of insane. And now those people are like, oh my god, you don't know, we are so happy for you, and you're really successful now. If I had been successful back then and they had been against it, why can't I be successful now even though they are against it? What makes it so that I can still not be successful? I've planned these things, I've generated these ideas. So what makes these people that have just known me for like 10 to 20 minutes have the right to comment and to talk about my skills when they know well that they don't have a single idea about what I've been through, what I've learned, what I've did, all of these plannings. And this isn't just about me, this is for many people. There are always those kind of relatives. They are like, for example, I have family relatives, and suddenly my father is, for example, talking to a relative, and he's like, your son is doing really well, we really like watching him and everything, but we feel like he's a bit unsure, we feel like he's on the wrong track, we feel like he might now there are other things as well that lots of times people say, things such as, for example, that they say that your son, he is getting out of religion, and he's getting out of touch from religion. And that's one of the main things that they tell my parents, that your son is getting non-religious and he's being all western nowadays. The second thing that lots of times people tell my parents is that your son will leave you and you won't gain anything out of it, and that your son is also stupid. Not stupid, but like basically they say you are crazy and your son is crazy in sugar coated words, but what they actually mean to say is you are crazy, your son is crazy for trying to even attempt something unique, because in Pakistan, unique doesn't work. In Pakistan, only the things that have scope and only the things that have a market work. That is how the reality of all of these things work. And these things, they just boil my blood severely, because it angers me a lot and makes me feel pretty bad sometimes. So, sometimes these kind of people are there, but remember, if you're on a journey, you have somewhat of an experience, you have done some things, you have done some steps in your journey, you are going to do the rest. All of these things, they are going on, you're doing well, and you're being successful. It doesn't matter who's talking about you, it doesn't matter who is against you, who isn't. It doesn't matter who is in support, who is talking behind your back. It doesn't matter if you meet negative people, if you meet positive people. What matters is that you are happy, you are successful, and you are doing well, and that is what matters. Thank you so much for watching, and Allah Hafiz.